Welcome to State of Affairs. I'm Steve Adubato. We are, in fact, coming to you from the Agnes Varus NJTV studio in Newark, New Jersey. It is our pleasure to welcome, for the first time in this studio with us, Steve Malanga, Manhattan Institute Senior Fellow. Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
Let us disclose we come from the same neighborhood in Newark, New Jersey, and you were with us back in the day, early 90s, with Caucus, New Jersey, our series we started with. Your views have not changed that much. But the world has changed around you, so I'm going to get right to some of the issues that matter most. You're one of the smartest people I've ever met when it comes to tax policy. I say Trump tax policy, the changes, corporate tax, tax on wealthier folks, middle income folks, overall good for the people of the state of New Jersey?
Yes, for a couple of things. First of all, I think it's been wildly exaggerated who's going to have to pay more in taxes, and I think a lot of Jersey residents are saying that. The fact of the matter is that what the media tended to focus on is the fact that we were going to lose the state and local deduction.
Because New Jersey, we pay the highest property taxes in the nation. If you only can deduct 10 grand, you're paying 50 grand, 40 grand, 30 grand, you can't deduct it. Why isn't that good math?
Because what they did is they left out all the good things. First of all, your tax rate went down. Second of all, the standard deduction is being doubled. Thirdly, the alternative minimum tax.
Explain what that means.
Well, that's very, look, basically it's a tax that was originally, it was the fast version. It was originally targeted to rich people, but basically it came to include a lot of ordinary people. It's a way, basically what it does is it zeroes out your deductions. It begins to reduce your deductions so you have to pay more in taxes. So people were already in New Jersey losing some of those deductions. That's now gone away from most people in New Jersey. And here's the thing. I haven't seen a study in New Jersey, but there was a study in New York that was done, which basically said that up to $500,000 in annual income, you're still going to get a tax cut. Above $500,000, you start to pay more.
Okay.
But it's not that much more. 5 million, 10 million in New Jersey, you're definitely paying a lot more in taxes. But that's a very small slice
that's way
of
less
New
than
Jersey.
0.5%.
Absolutely.
Let's do this, because Steve, the other thing, and I meant it as a compliment, your views haven't changed. You've evolved and gotten more information. But the one thing you have not changed on is you're one of the first people, with me and my colleague Raphael P. Roman, our great colleague, who was one of the co-anchors of Metro Focus. He and I had a conversation. We had a conversation with you about the pension crisis in New Jersey, and you're one of the first people to say, look, this is real, this is serious, and it's getting worse every day. The public employee pension crisis, what is it, and why does it matter to everyone who is not a public employee?
See, well, here's the thing. I was saying that back maybe 15, 20 years ago.
That's right.
Because that's how long we have been essentially messing this up. And right now, we have the worst funded state pension system in America. That's bad in itself. What's also bad is that most of the other pension systems, state pension systems around the country, are also in trouble because the fundamental math is not working. Everybody's heading in the wrong direction. We're there. That's a double problem for us. We have to fix the things we've done wrong, but we also have a pension system that, frankly, even if we were another state, we'd probably be in trouble, just not as much trouble. So it's a really, and it's a future problem that is here for us now.
Who pays for it and when?
Well, see, here's the thing. The way the system is set up right now is that there's almost unlimited liability, and basically
what does that mean?
What that means is that you can keep going deeper and deeper in the hole if the system isn't working, and you keep promising people pension credits.
But sooner or later, the pension, wait, hold on one second, but sooner or later, the bubble has to burst.
So here's the thing, okay, and this is one of the reasons we're in this problem in America, is because basically, as long as there's $1 in the trust fund to pay somebody tomorrow, politicians have kept putting off the solutions.
What kind of leadership is that?
Well, but you know what? You could get away with it. In this new report that I did for the Manhattan Institute on New Jersey, I traced the history, and it goes back to the Florio administration. Every administration has been doing a little.
Didn't they underfund the pension?
Now, here's what they did. Here's what they did during the Florio years, and I had to laugh at this. Basically, they changed a lot of the assumptions and made them more positive, including the assumption for what we were going to earn in the stock market over the next 30 years. It was
they overestimated the revenue.
It was the legislature. They raised it from 7% to 8.7%. Now, I've met a lot of New Jersey legislators in my time. The last thing I would do is go to a New Jersey legislature and say, tell me what you think the market's going to do. They did that legislation to save themselves $500 million.
So now Governor Murphy, who is, as we do this program in a couple of days to deliver his budget address, we're doing this in the spring of 2018. Right now, the annual budget in New Jersey is about 35 billion, give or take a few million. What's the amount you believe is the appropriate amount that Governor Murphy should take of that budget and put directly into the public employee pension fund? It's serious business to make a real dent on how much it's underfunded.
Okay.
Is it $3, $4, $5 billion? What is it?
In order to put enough money into that system to pay for the current credits that people are earning every day and to begin reducing the debts, you have to put at least $5 billion.
Of $35 billion?
Yes, exactly. And
that means less for schools, less for hospitals, less for county colleges.
Way less. Basically, this new report I did says that even under optimistic economic scenarios, the pension system, if you adequately fund it, and you have to do that not 1 year, but every year for the next 30 years, if you adequately fund it, it basically takes up most of the increase in tax collections that we can expect, right, from a good economy. So it just basically.
Well, would you advise Governor Murphy if he asked you, should I put in $5 billion of a $35 million budget into the public employee pension fund? Would you say yes, do it?
Well, here's the thing. Of course, you can't say yes because we don't have $5 billion right now. I don't know where that. If you take that $5 billion, you either have to raise taxes so high or you have to cut other spending, which is already, listen, let's not kid ourselves, that $35 billion is already accounted for.
That's right.
This has been the slowest recovery of state tax revenues, not just in New Jersey, but around the country since World War II.
Meaning not a lot more money's coming in.
It took 9 years on an inflation-adjusted basis to get back to where we were in 2007. Meanwhile, costs have been going up and up and up. Everybody is struggling. We don't have.
What do we do here,
money.
Steve?
What?
What do we do?
Well, the New Jersey Pension and Reform Commission, which was a bipartisan commission, including
under Governor Cody.
No, not that one. The new one under.
Oh, the new one. I apologize.
Right, the one under
with
Tom Healy and Tom
right.
Byrne, two very good guys. Basically, had a reform package which is radical in what it does, but essentially they have a plan, and a lot of the plan involves saving enough money and redirecting that money, reducing the cost going forward, redirecting that money into paying off the debt. Unless you do that, you have to take the money out of current.
But Steve, you can't respectfully, in the time we have left, how fair is it to change the deal for public employees who made the deal and said, I expect this pension contribution, yes. I expect these health benefits? You're changing the rules in the middle of the game.
No, you're not changing the rules. First of all, here's the thing, okay? We work in the private sector, governed by federal law. Private sector, what the law has always been is what you have earned because of the work you have done right now is yours. However, you don't have a right for the rest of your life to keep earning pension credits at that level. Your employer could come in and say, for work you haven't done yet, we're going to change things.
Steve Malanga, it's been about 25 plus years that we have been having you on, and you are smart and thoughtful. Whether people agree or not is another story, but we appreciate you bringing on this valuable information. By the way, where can people find the article, Manhattan? Manhattan-institute.org. Thank you, Steve.
Take care.
Good to see you, buddy. You did the neighborhood well. Stay with us. We're right back after this.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio at 2 Gateway. Funding has been provided by the law firm of Gibbons, P.C., RWJ Barnabas Health, the New Jersey Education Association, the Northeast Regional Council of Carpenters, New Jersey Resources, NJ Best, International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 825, and by NJM Insurance Group, and by these public-spirited organizations, individuals, and associations committed to informing New Jersey citizens about the important issues facing the Garden State, and by Employers Association of New Jersey.